Hello everyone, hope you are all doing well. In this video, I'm going to solve this problem from Geeks for Geeks. It is Stickler Thief. Let's get started. It is saying that Stickler the thief wants to loot money from a society having n houses in a single line. He is a weird person and follows a certain rule. When looting the houses, according to the rule, he will never loot two consecutive houses. At the same time, he wants to maximize the amount he loots. The thief knows which house has what amount of money, but is unable to come up with the optimal looting strategy. He asks for our help to find the money he can get if he strictly follows the rule. Each house has a amount of money present in it. What all is written here is this much only, that we will be given an array like this, and each value in this array represents the value of money in that house, and we will be given n, that is the number of houses in a single line, and this array represents here the single arrayment represents the value of money each house has. First house has 5 unit of money, then 5 unit, then the third house has 10 units of money, and the maximum units of money is with house number 4 from starting if we count from 1. It is saying like this: there are certain homes in a single line. Suppose these are homes in a society in a single line, and the thief stickler wants to make robbery in them, but according to a rule. And what does this rule say? It says that if he robs this house, then he will not rob this house and this house. He will never rob two consecutive houses. If he robs this house, then he can rob this house. But it doesn't mean that we always have to skip a house in between to rob two houses. We can skip multiple houses as we want. We can skip this, and we can rob this. This is valid. This case is valid. But the only case that is not valid is when we are robbing two consecutive houses. Right? So, hope you understood the robbing strategy. Now, let us see what it is saying next. Now let us take this example to understand it in a better way. The example is there are six houses, and the amount of money these houses have: 5, 5, 10, 100, 5, 5, 10, then 100. I think after that it is 10 and 5. Yes, it is. After 100, 10 and 5. The strategy that I'm going to follow here is that I'm going to solve it through three cases. When houses, number of houses is 1, 2, and greater than 2. And I will explain it later why I'm using these three cases. I'm going to traverse it from one side, from starting here, and I will calculate the maximum amount of money he will he can loot till a certain house. And in the problem, we have to maximize the amount he loots. And for calculating that, I will calculate the maximum amount till each house. I will start from here. And the one thing, if you focus here, then you will notice one thing, that the robbery, the amount maximum loot from a certain house depends upon the robbery from its previous two houses. If I want to find out the maximum money he can rob till here, if he has started from here and he is not yet gone beyond this point, I want to find out that if he is has reached here, then how much maximum money he can loot from robbing these three houses by following his rule and robbing optimally. And if you focus closely, you will notice that robbing this house, that is, this house which is having value of 10, depends upon the values of its previous two houses. So if I want to find out that till here how much money, maximum money I can loot, I can I can loot this amount if I skip this house. If I skip this house, the maximum money I can make, here I will not add maximum. The money I can make is 15. 10 plus 5, 15. Now, if I don't skip this house, if I rob this house, then I will not include this. I will only include this, that is 5. Are you getting what I have done here? I have choose here this house for robbing. So I will not rob this house and I will not rob this house. So the maximum money I can get till here is maximum of these two values. Means I will consider both the cases, excluding this house, including this house. Excluding this house means including these two houses. That will make 15. Amount of this money from this house and money from this house, summation will be 15. And if I include this, I will remove these two, and the money I will left with is 5. And the maximum money will be maximum of these two values, and that will be 15 here in this case. It is 15 here in this case. Now, if I had started from here, I'm now writing here in down the maximum money I have looted till this house. It will be 5, and for the second house it will be maximum of this and this. Means if it is maximum, I will not loot this, I will loot this, and maximum will be written here. And if it is bigger than this, if it is larger than this, then I will loot this and skip this. And in this case both are same, so I will choose one of them, and after reaching the second house I will have maximum money as 15. Now it becomes more interesting if I reach the next house. Now the next house is having a large amount of money, that is 100 units, and I want to loot it as it is very large money among all other houses. So how can I loot this? If I am looting this, then I have to skip this. So I am writing here the money I can, maximum money I can have at this point is 100 plus 5, because if I am robbing this, then I will be having money that is equals to robbed value till this house and money kept in this house, that will be 100 plus 5. Or it can be, if I skip this house, then I will left with the money that I am having with the previous house, that is 15. And the maximum of these two values will be my maximum loot till this house. And here in this case 105 is obviously greater than 15, so I will write here the maximum value 105 by comparing 105 and 15. So maximum value I am getting till this house is 105. If this would have been the last house, then this would have been my answer, that is 105. But there are two more houses. Let's apply the same procedure here, and I'm doing the same thing with this house that is having value 10. And if I'm robbing the money from this house, then I will keep this money and rob this house. It will be 25. And if I'm skipping this, then I will have the money that I will have the remaining money that I had with the my previous house, that is 105, and maximum of both of them is 105. So I will write here straight away 105. Now again, for looting this house, I will follow my previous rule. That is, in one case, I will loot this money, and I will add to the value which I have looted till its previous to its previous house, that is 105. 105 plus 5, I will skip this house so that I can rob this house. And if I am skipping this house, then I can I can only have that much money that I was having with my previous house, that is 105, and maximum of both of them is 110. So I will write it here, 110. So at last, after traversing through the whole array, I am remaining with this value 110. And yes, it is our expected answer. In this way, we can calculate the maximum amount of money we can loot by following the rule that a Stickler Thief has, and robbing optimally. And as you have noticed here that I have used previous two values each time. For this house, I have used these two values. Hence, I am using three cases so that I can apply the loop. If I am having at least three values, then only I can apply my loop. And for less than three values, I will write the cases separately, that if n is equal to 1, there is only one house. I will return that money that house is having. I will return the same money. If there are two houses, the thief will choose the house which is having the uh, larger amount of money, and I will return the maximum of the two values amount of money two house having. Now, this is the whole approach that I'm going to use for solving this problem. Now let us see the code and it will become more clear. As discussed, I am going to make here three cases, and the first case will be if number of houses is one only, then I will return the amount of money that it is having. There is only single house, so the thief will rob it. And if there are two houses, then thief will rob the house that is having the maximum amount, that is max of A0 and A1. And after that, I will apply my loop for calculating the maximum amount for rest of the houses. I'm taking two variables. Um, First, that is actually that will continuously hold the value of, suppose I am at this house. So the first will hold this value previous to previous value, this value, and second will hold the maximum amount of looted money from just previous house. So these two variable will be like this. First will be this one, that is not next to it, but the second variable is the amount of money that is robbed from the house, maximum amount of money that is robbed from the house just next to it, just previous to it. And the value I will put, the initially first will having the value that is the money first house is having, and the second variable is going to have, second will have maximum of A0 and A1. Now you can ask me here that why second house is having this much money, and why the value of looted money from two houses is maximum of A0 and A1. Because here I have taken the case in which they are the value of money from two houses is same. Let me take another case. Let us take, there are three houses, 10, 20, 30, and I want to calculate the robbed money till each house. So when I'm here, the thief will maximum amount thief can have is 10. And when here I can simply compare these two values, and maximum of them, these two will be the maximum amount of money he can have till this house. Why it is 20? Because he will skip this, thief will skip this and rob this house because it is having maximum amount of money in these two houses. And after that I am having the house number third. I can calculate its the maximum amount of value from this house the thief can loot by using these two values. Here we cannot take maximum of these both these. Here we have to calculate from the previous two values. So this is my first. Initially I have inserted first with the value of the money first house is having, and the second variable I have initialized it with the maximum of first two values. Now I'm going to apply my loop here, and I will start from 2 because I have calculated the maximum amount of looted money from two houses, and I will start from the third house, and its index will be 3, index will be, sorry, 2. So I will put a while loop here till y until I is less than n, means I will go till the last house, and I will calculate my value of second. And before doing that, I will create a temporary variable that will temporarily hold the first value. Why? Because when I am calculating value for this, I will make this second, and I will make this previous second as first for the for calculating the looted money, maximum looted money from for this next house. Let me clear this. So at for for the next step, I will make this second as first, and for which I have recently calculated, I will make it second. Hence I am keeping here copy of first so that I can I will have to make the copy of second, because I first I will calculate the value of second here. So I will update it, so I don't want to lose its value, so I have inserted it into a temporary variable temp. And for the current house, I will calculate the maximum money that can be looted till this house by using this max function, and by applying this formula that I have used, that it is maximum of what, um, I will first I will add this, skip this, and I will add the money of house that is previous to its previous house and its own money. And for doing this, I will do its value, that is AI, and the value of first, and I will compare it with second, and whichever is the maximum that will Again, get into second, and the value that I have stored in temp, that I will insert in first. First will be temp. I have here first. Initially my first was this and second was this. Now I have updated this second as first and this as second. So for that purpose I have kept its value in temp so that I can insert it into first, and I have calculated second, that is value for this by using the tag, the approach that I have already told you, that I will check, I will add these two values and compare it with this value, whichever is maximum, that will be my current valued money that can be looted till current house. And at last my answer is going to be in the variable second, so I will simply return second. Now let's try to run it. I hope it should work. It's taking much time. Oh, I have not updated the value of I here, so I need to do I is equals to I plus 1. Now again running it. Yes, it is showing the correct answer. Trying to submit it. Yes, all the test cases are passed. Hope you understood the concept of this problem. If you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.